Our next topic is variables and assignment statements. To store a value in MATLAB session or in a program, a variable is used. The workspace window shows variables that have been created and their values. One easy way to create a variable is to use an assignment statement. The variable is always on the left, followed by the equal to symbol, which is the assignment operator, which is followed by an expression. The expression is evaluated and then that value is stored in the variable. So now we are going to start with the example. Just using a variable var equals to 6. Here I typed var equals to 6 at the prompt, and MATLAB stored the integer 6 in the variable called var and then displayed the result followed by the prompt again. As the equal sign is the assignment operator and does not mean equality, the statement should be read as var gets the value of 6, not var equals 6. So if I using expression at the left side as shown here, an error will occur if these are reversed. Also, putting a semicolon like 8 plus 7 plus 6, I'm just using equals to 7 plus 6 and terminating the statement with a semicolon. This will suppress the output. So this will assign the result of the expression on the right side, the value 13, to the variable add. It just does not show the result. Instead, another prompt appears immediately. However, at this point in the workspace window, both the variables var and add and their values can be seen. The spaces in the statement or expression do not affect the result but make it easier to read. Like I have inserted a space here just to display it so that it will become easier to read. So to change a variable, another assignment statement can be used, which assigns the value of different expression to it. For example, I have used here add equals to 7 plus 6. Now I'm using the same variable name add equals to 25. So it is shown here in the workspace window that the variable having name as add now gets a value of or assigned a value of 25. So now if I want to increment my variable, I'm just writing it as add equals to add plus 1. I'm just incrementing my variable add. So this is incremented by 1. Now if I want to decrement my variable, I'm just subtracting some value from my variable. So here I get the result as 25. So this is how my variable add gets a value of 25 when I decrement it by 1. So variable names are examples of identifier names. So there are various rules for identifier names. The name must begin with the letter of the alphabet. So every time you write a variable, just begin it with the alphabet. If you are using underscore or character, don't give any space in between those letters or words, as this will give you the result as add underscore 2 equals to 34. But if you are entering a space or using a space between the variable and the number, an error will occur. So there is a limit to the length of the name. The built-in function name length max, which is used, that tells what this maximum length is. So the maximum length for characters is truncated to 63. Also, MATLAB is case sensitive. That means that there is a difference between upper and lower case letters. If you are writing here add equals to 56 or add equals to 56, both means differently. Although underscore characters are valid in a name, their use can cause problems with some programs that interact with MATLAB. Some programmers use mixed case instead. So there are certain words called reserved words or keywords that cannot be used as variable names. So names of built-in functions can never be used as variable names. For example, pi equals to 36. I'm using this as a variable. Variable names should always be mnemonic. That means that they should make some sense. For example, if you want to find the radius of a circle, just use the name as radius so that it will be easy to understand. So there are various commands that are related to variables like who. I'm typing who here. This will shows variables that have been defined in this command window. There is another command which is whose. This will display the full detail of the variables that have used till now. We are using clear command to clear our workspace or variables from the workspace. We are using CLC command to clear our command window. If there are several windows opened, you can also use close all command to close all the opened windows. So I'm just explaining various commands that are used in relation to variables. Next is type of a variable. Every variable has a type associated with it. MATLAB supports many types which are called classes. For example, there are types to store different kinds of numbers. So there are basically two types, single and double. The name of the type double is short for double precision. It stores larger numbers than the single type. MATLAB uses a floating point representation for these numbers. There are many integer types such as int 8, int 16, int 32 and int 64. Now, if you want to find the range of a type, you can just write it as int min. Let us suppose we are going to calculate the range of int 8, type int 8. So just pass the name of the type as a string, that is in single quotes, to the function int min. So this is the range or in minimum value for the integer 8 type. So if you want to find the maximum value of the int 8, you can write it int max, and here it is int 8. So this is the maximum value, that is range from -128 to 127. The larger the number is the type name, the larger the number that can be stored in it. You will use the type int32 when an integer type is required. The type char is used to store either single characters or strings, which are sequence of characters. Both characters and strings are enclosed in single quotes. So to convert a value from type double, which is default, to int32, the function int32 would be used. Entering the assignment statement as val equals to 6 plus 3. So this val variable has a type double, but if you want to change it from double to int32, write it as int32 val. Now this will change the range from double precision to int32 type. Let us take an example using two different values like num equals to 6 plus 3, num1 equals to int32, num. Now I am writing here whose. This will show you the detailed description of all the variables that have been used in the command window till now. The function class can also be used to see the type of a variable, like class num. Sorry, I have written here, I have misprinted the m. So this is the type of the variable num. So one main reason for using an integer type for a variable is just to save the space in the memory. So we can use clc command to clear our command window, and clear command to clear command to clear our workspace or all the variables from the command window. So this is all. Thanks.